Hey guys, Dallas here from Privateer Press, and today we're going to be painting the blue skin tones of Trollbloods on Madrak the Great Chieftan. So let's get started. We're going to go ahead and start with a base coat of Trollblood base. And just pull some of this out onto our palette. And add a touch of water just to loosen it up. There we go. And this is just going to be the base coat. It's good to have a nice blue skin tone that you can use for your trolls or any sort of creature you may be painting or for your armies. So who knows when you might be fighting a blue Carnivian or some other beast in the night. Just give this an all over base coat for Trollblood base. Get a little messy on that mouth, it's fine. Those teeth later. Around, get the back of that noggin. Just gonna worry about the face today. Just to show you how to paint the skin tones. With our first coat dry, we can add our second coat of Trollblood base. And that second coat will just give us a nice smooth coverage to work our skin on. This Trollblood skin, it's a good blue skin tone. To shade our blue skin, we're going to need to warm it up to give it some life. So in our shadows, we're going to add Sanguine base to our Trollblood base and work that in. So let's take a little Sanguine base. And once again, we're going to keep our Trollblood base here in case we need it later for reclaiming or once we go to add our highlights. Let's make our shade. We want a nice purple. This will just give it that life. There we go. Once again, I'll be using two brushes to do two brush blending. I'm just going to work some of this into the shadowy areas of the face, primarily on the cheekbones, the brow, the eye sockets, and the undersides of the chin. Just blend that down. Bring some of that out across the bridge of the nose. What little nose they have. Definitely want to deepen the eye sockets, some shadow. And that brow ridge to show his anger. Go. And just creating that depth. Just working the way around the face. Right under the chin, or the lip, I mean. Sorry. And the undersides of that chin, though. And that up. And get the back of the head. It's all hard to see there, isn't it? Got quite the shield, this guy. There we go. And go ahead and get that tongue. Now that we've got our shade on, we're going to go highlight with a 50-50 mix of Trollblood base and Trollblood highlight. Add that to the palette. And go ahead and grab some of that Trollblood base and mix it up. And that makes a nice first highlight for the skin tone. For the highlight, we're going to apply it to the upper surfaces, the cheekbones, forehead, the parts of the brow that are accentuated, and the lip. Okay? Put a little on this cheekbone. And the brow ridge. Go ahead and accentuate the nose. And this upper lip. Lower lip. And this lower lip. Pick out these lines in the face. And just blend this on that forehead and top of his head. Don't forget, I'm just barely using the tip of the brush. That out. Perfect. Now we're ready to have final highlight. For that, it's just a simple matter of using some Trollblood highlight. Add some of that to the palette. And a little mixed medium for translucency. Our final highlights will be applied to the highest parts of the model's face, such as the brow and the nose and the bottom lip. I'm just going to use little tiny lines. Just highlight the brow, his nose. Going to put a little bit on his cheekbone there. And his upper lip, lower lip, and his lower lip. Sometimes on these guys, I like to add a little texture to his lip by just doing little hash marks, little dots. There we go. And we can accentuate the wrinkles in his brow. Just a little touch on that chin. Now that the highlighting is complete, we can work on his chin grows. For that, we'll be taking Battlefield Brown, Exile Blue, and a little mixing medium to block those in. First, we start with some Exile Blue, touch of Battlefield Brown. Add a drop of mixing medium. There we go. We're just going to paint this right over the chin grows. Just take your time, block those out. Take a little Crixbane base. And add that to that mix. Another dot of Battlefield Brown. We're just going to paint this on the undersides. Okay. I'm going to take the same color, add a little bit of Trollblood highlight, give those chin growths a little bit of highlight. Not too much. Just a dot or a line, just to give them some definition. There we go. Chin growths are complete. Let's go ahead and paint his teeth. For this, I'll be mixing Minoth White base and Idrian Flesh for the base color. A little bit more Minoth White base. You just want a nice light cream brown color. Something like that. Seems good. It's okay if it gets in between them. We're going to shadow those in just a moment. Just be wary of the flesh. There we go. In the shader teeth, we'll be taking brown ink, red ink, and a drop of Thamar Black. 1 drop of brown. Tiny drop of red. And a dot of Thamar Black. Feels a little too red for your liking. You take some Battlefield Brown and mix that in there. There we go. We're just going to paint this between the teeth. Kind of treat it like a wash. Go. While we wait for that to dry, we can paint the eyes with a dot of Thamar Black. Take your time. You steady your hand and move it back and forth without touching the model and slowly move into the model. Let your brain train your hand to get ready to apply the paint. Tend to do a little bit more accurately. Like so. We'll paint over that with some Trollblood highlight. We want to leave a little bit of the black showing, so just paint the center of the eye with the Trollblood highlight. Once again, I'm just kind of not touch the model, but move it back and forth to steady my hand. And just let the brush work for me. There we go. And for the final touch on the eye, I'll dot it with just a tiny dot of mid-off white highlight. I'm only going to worry about the one eye. This eye over here is kind of stuck over in the shadow on this shield and it's hard to see. So let's not worry about it. Let's just dot it with this eye. There we go. And now the shade on our teeth should be dry. So let's grab a little mid-off white base and highlight those pearly whites. I'm just going to touch the top of the bottom teeth. Maybe a little on the edge to define them. And just give those top teeth a little bit. There we go. Got some teeth. The only thing left is to give the lip a wash of Trollblood base and Murderous Magenta. So let's grab our little Trollblood base and a dot of Murderous Magenta. We're going to thin this down to make a wash. Let's add a little more magenta. There we go. Remember, I'm going to control this wash. I'm not going to just put it all over. I'm going to use my second brush to keep it from flowing into any place I don't want it. Use that second brush to clean it up. And we're just washing that upper or that bottom lip. There we go. Maybe put a little bit around the eye and between the brow. And there you have it, a nice blue skin tone for your Trollbloods. Remember, with a little patience, practice, and perseverance, you can have your army ready and painted for the tabletop in no time. Remember to check out the links below, and I'll catch you next time.
Go ahead and check out our other content on screen now, and be sure to check out beastsofwar.com for the latest gaming news and gaming Let's Plays. And while you're at it, why not hit subscribe, and remember to ding our dong. Go on, you know you want to click it. Go on.